y'all. It's telling you good morning or good afternoon, but I went with hello today. I'm back with a July update. As soon as I started, my cat said he wanted out, so there's only one right next to me sleeping and the other one left. Today's very raw and real. My hair is wet. July was kind of a boring month. I was so ready for like excitement and it was just boring. So, it started off pretty good. My husband and I went on a July 4th hike and we went to do 4 miles at Round Meadow. It's actually a cross-country winter trail system, but works pretty good for hiking. At the beginning of the month, I was thinking about the definition of abundance and what it actually means. I googled it and it means a very large quantity or plentifulness. I like the plentifulness. I'm struggling with this definition because it doesn't feel quite right. Like, influencers have an abundance of crap in their house, right? Like, but I wouldn't call that the definition of abundance. Like, them having so much stuff in their house is not the true definition of abundance. At least not to me. That's not what abundance looks like. My daughter having a room full of toys that she doesn't play with is not abundance to me. That's just a lot of crap, a lot of stuff. It's a lot. Having billions of dollars is not an abundance of money. It's just hoarding money. So there was also someone said it's abundantly clear, and I guess like plenty clear, but a very large quantity of clarity maybe. I don't know. I feel like we're missing something. We're missing something when it comes to abundance, and I don't know what it is. At least not currently. I did a hike with my youngest, Story. She gets really sick in the sun really easily, so it was like 77 degrees out, and she ended up like with a light case of sun sickness that night, so I have not made her go hiking since. I hung out with my friend Christina, the well-traveled woman here on YouTube, and I think that was the one we picked currants in my front yard. That was a lot of fun. I ran 5 miles on the treadmill. Woot woot. Feeling really good about that. I did a -3 decline and a 4 speed. My Achilles is having some problems. Thankfully, I got some instructions from a PT on what to do, so I am trying to remember to do it. I'm currently only remembering about once a week, but this week the goal is twice this week, so. But my foot starts to fall asleep, and after I'll do about 2 miles and my foot will start to fall asleep, and then I'll do another mile and my foot will start to fall asleep. So I'm having some problems with numbness, but if I walk for a little while, then I can run more. So that's just all I've been doing. And I also, this month, started running on a -2 decline on most of my runs. So, not on most of them, on some of my runs. I started to run on a -2 decline on my runs. So I'm working my way up to getting all of my runs on a -2 decline and not having to stop as much, because currently I'm having to stop a little more than I would like to. Not a ton more, but a little bit more. My youngest and my husband and I went to the lake, had a good time, nothing too crazy, just my daughter tried jumping off the dock because she really wanted to, but she got too scared and she still hasn't, so maybe next year. I was watching Sincerely X on YouTube, and she said just because you can do more doesn't mean you're not doing enough. And that was a quote from someone else that she was quoting, but she does like 5-minute goals of like 5 minutes of stretching or 5 minutes of working out or whatever. She generally does more, but it just like making it easier to do your habit is like one of the like Atomic Habits things. Make it easy. And so it just like, it was validation for me running on a -3 decline. Because my calves were getting shredded out on the road because they just couldn't handle that level of incline. And so I couldn't get the distance I wanted by running outside. And so I started running on a -3 decline, and now I can run as far as I would like, which is great. And then I've been working my way up. So it's like, you know, taking this thought process of, you know, starting with 5 minutes, like I started with a easier running ability that I didn't have before, and then I'm working my way up. And that's kind of what she was doing too. And I'm just reminded, just because I can run outside doesn't mean I have to. Like, I know I have the ability to do intervals outside, but I can run a lot longer for a lot further on the treadmill at a decline right now. And it's not like I've stopped and I'm like, oh, -3 decline, that's good enough for life. No, I'm working my way up. Like, I'm progressing. It's kind of like in strength training. You don't start at 150 pounds lat pull downs. You start at 20-pound lat pull downs. So that's where my mindset is at right now. This one has made me cry so many times this month. Not only like when I heard it, but I also have used it on a comment to a couple people who were really struggling. And also just like, I don't know, sometimes it's a good reminder and I'll just like remind myself and start crying. But Shell Bizzle here on YouTube, she has a little quote that she does at the end of her videos like I do at the end of mine. But hers is, you cannot do all the good the world needs, but the world needs all the good you can do. Ugh. I can't do it alone, you know? This entire world is in need of some kind of maintenance everywhere in it. And I can't do it alone. I can't do all the good the world needs alone. So I'm just gonna do the little bit of good that I can do. And I know a lot of people would disagree that the good that I'm doing is not good enough, because the good that I'm doing is working on myself internally, working on my family unit, working on better relationships with the people I care about in my life, with the people I'm called to in my life. Like, I truly feel that, like, I'm reminded of that song by Michael Jackson. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm starting with me. And like, I have had several people make comments to me that I like not watching the news and turning a blind eye from the atrocities that are happening in the world is like a bad thing. But that's because I'm going deep inside of myself and seeing the hurts inside of myself. And there's nothing I can do about the atrocities of the world. But I can give myself 10 minutes of kindness every night before I go to bed. And 40 minutes of kindness every time I'm triggered by my husband or my kids or my friends or my family or whoever it is. And that's the good I can do. And sure, there are people that are going to say that's not good enough, but you know what? I'm not one of those people, so the good I can do is being myself, and that is enough. I took a solo hike to my local state park, and I'm gonna go see what my dogs are attacking. If you were curious, it was each other. They like to blame each other for all their little, like, one of them steals their toy, it's the other one's fault. Like, they're very humanistic in that way. So I did that solo hike, and I did it on tired legs, and it was very hard, but I did it. And then my husband and I and my youngest went on another lake day. A lot of what I learned in affirmations this month was about unconditional love and being patient, having time. I keep saying the word impatient, and it literally says I'm patient. And I'm like, I guess I'm patient, because there's no such thing as impatience, because it's just, I'm patient. But a lot on unconditional love. I'll share my thoughts one day, but I don't know, I'm still kind of learning it, but it's definitely not aesthetic. Unconditional love is not aesthetic. That's what I learned this month. I really struggled on the YouTube world this month with the amount of people who won't stop talking about discipline, and I realized that the word discipline has just replaced the word willpower. The word discipline is just as shaming as the word willpower, because if you're not doing what this person's doing, clearly you don't have discipline. If you're not working out, if you're not eating healthy, you don't have discipline. You're lacking it. You're lacking discipline. Like, blah. Replace the word discipline with the word willpower, and you have the same exact sentence. Like, it's not motivation, it's discipline. It's not motivation, it's willpower. I am lacking discipline. I am lacking willpower. I don't have the discipline to work out 6 days a week. I don't have the willpower to work out 6 days a week. We have just replaced the word discipline, the word willpower with the word discipline, and we're like, we've solved fitness. We've solved it. If you aren't fit, it's because you're not disciplined. It's because you don't have willpower. Guess what? I'm here to tell you that that is a lie. A lie that the masses are just reiterating because they're like, it works for me. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. Because you don't even know what you're repeating. You're just saying a word because everyone else said it. And you don't even know the definition of discipline, because if you do, you tell me what you're doing to punish yourself. Because that's what discipline has in it, is punishment. So what are you doing to punish yourself? If you're not punishing yourself, it's not because you're not disciplined, it's because you're not disciplined. Discipline involves punishment. I'm sorry, I'm just tired of it, because every single video I watch is about discipline now, and I'm like, even the ones that don't even fully involve fitness still are like, I'm trying to be more disciplined, and I'm like, I don't think you are. I don't actually think you are. I think you're like repeating a word that someone said, and you're like, you're right, that's what I want. I want to be more disciplined, and no, you don't. Not unless you want to punish yourself. We're gonna move on. Clearly I am triggered by the word discipline. And I will work on that. That's my promise to you, because honestly, I've ranted about this a lot more for a lot longer, and I had to delete the video. Um, a video or a show I was reminded of, and I found was on one of the subscriptions I have. Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist on Peacock. I'm so sad there's only 2 seasons of this show. People are singing their feelings to this girl, and she has to help them. And I'm just like, this would be like annoying, a little bit annoying to have happen, but also so fun. And also, like, imagine like people saying their feelings to you regularly so you knew how they feel instead of just guessing. Like, what a concept. So she also said something in one of them that just like I absolutely loved, and she said, I have the ability and the power to be a great leader. Love that. She full confidence in herself. My youngest and my husband and I went to the local fairy festival put on by a gal I know, actually. Really cool this year, really big. Lots of out-of-state people, a lot of local people that I didn't even know were local, a lot of people who've moved here. One gal was an author. I think her name was Noelle Nichols, or Nichols Noelle. No, it must have been Noelle Nichols. But she... I was chatting with her about her book, and I asked her where she was from, and she said Eureka. And I was like, oh, were you, like, did you move there, or were you born there? Or like we got the conversation where she was from Colorado originally and moved to Eureka. And I, as a local, was like, why did you do that? And she was like, I wanted to get to the furthest away from civilization that I could. I found this place on the map. It was the furthest away from civilization that I could get, and I went there. And I was like, and she goes, and I moved there. And I was like, well, you found the place. That is the furthest from civilization that you can go. Like, people who want to live in the woods move to Eureka, Montana. So, she did it. She made it to the wilderness, to the middle of nowhere, and I just found that really funny. Also, smoke season hit hard in July. I was not able to continue hiking. I tried one other time to go hiking, and I couldn't breathe. So I called it quits on hiking season until smoke season passes. And I was also struggling even indoors to run. Like, it was just like I wasn't getting enough air in. And so, I don't know, it's been better. We've had all of the air filters on, like, all of the time, and we haven't really had the doors or windows open. So, I don't know. But I finally have been running again, and I ran about 2 miles last week, and then this week I'm up to 4 miles already, but I'm hoping to get to 8 miles at the end of the week. That's what I experienced this month. I just have a small list of things I finished. I finished using a Dove bar. It was a little trial one, so it was only like this big. And I'm not buying a replacement. I still have bars of soaps in there. I used up a Head and Shoulders trial sample. That was pretty cool. It was actually like a little like shampoo bottle like this big, and it would have been great for traveling. I'm not gonna get a replacement of that. I liked it, but I didn't love it. If Costco doesn't have another clarifying shampoo the next time, I would get that one though. I will say my dermatologist having those samples out front is like getting a toy from the doctor's office when you're a kid. So great. I finished another bottle of Lubriderm. I'm going to continue to use that. Finished another bottle of magnesium. I'm going to continue to use that. I I finished a Viore bar conditioner, and I'm not going to buy a replacement because I have another one in there. I have been using up a ton of my tea bags in, I've been making sun tea, and then I've been making iced tea lattes out of it. So good. I still don't need more tea bags, and I probably won't for a while, because then I will also have to use up all my loose leaf tea, and I bought a giant, it's like this big, tea ball for a half-gallon jar of water, so I think I'll be good probably until next year, if not longer. I finished all 3 containers of creatine that got stacked up. My husband finally started taking it again too. He's been working out, so he's been taking it. We finished all 3 creatines. I thought about like ordering it and buying it again, but I want to try the one at Costco, the organic one first. So we bought that, and I've been using it. Haven't noticed tummy troubles. At first it felt like my milk, or like it was making my coffee taste funny, but I haven't noticed that lately either. My husband hasn't said anything. I haven't noticed a difference in not having like energy or anything. So I might, because it is like $10 cheaper for 45 more servings. So I might just continue that one, because that's a pretty good deal. I finished Dew Goo. It's a scalp oil. I did not like that at all. I didn't like the smell. It felt like my hair was really dry afterwards. It didn't feel like my hair was getting that oil soaking in. It just felt like it was staying on top. I am trying the Aussie one right now. My husband really likes it. My daughter really likes the smell, and we'll see. The one, my current favorite is still the just straight castor oil from Jamaican Mango or something. Something like that. Mango Lime or something was the name of the company. But it just was, it was hard to apply, but man, it made my hair soft, and it made it so thick and full, and it just kept growing in thicker and thicker. I finished another Kirkland soap bar. I counted, I have 6 bars of soap left in there. 4 Kirkland, 2 of my husband's like smelly soaps, which I did look in the shower, and I was like, why do you have 3 soaps open, sir? Like, holy cow, you only have 1 body. What, like, are you soaping each individual part with a different soap? Like, what is going on here? So he's trying to focus on the soaps he has out right now. And that is all the things I finished. So what did I read this month? I finished the next 2 books in the All Souls trilogy by Deborah Harkness. So I read Shadow of a Night. 5 stars. Incredible book. I had already read the first half, and then I finished I reread the first half and finished the second half. Oh, it was worth every moment. So some quotes I really enjoyed from that were like stuck out to me. When something occurs right in front of you, it's hard to see the reason for it, but hindsight provides a clearer perspective. I talk about it all the time. I can't see the dominoes in front of me, but I can see the dominoes making a beautiful picture behind me. Diana said to, oh my gosh, I just read these books. What was his name? Matthew, there we go. Diana said to Matthew, seeing Philip again may reopen these old wounds of yours and heal them. And Matthew said, not before making them worse. And Diana said, but in the end, it might make you better. And one of the things I have learned about life is like sometimes the uncomfortability gets worse before it gets better, or the situation gets worse before it gets better. You get you get sued before your finances get better or whatever. Like, it will get worse, but then it'll get better. Philippi, did I say that? Philip? Every time I read his name, I want to say Philippi, but it's Philip. Philip. Those who the gods wish to destroy, they first make mad, and there's a lot of times I wonder if I'm crazy. The gods like to surprise us when we get complacent. It's their favorite form of entertainment. You make plans, God laughs, right? This was Diana was learning to use her magic, and she goes, "What do you want?" She asked the breeze crossly, and it replied, "Your trust." Annoying. Trust and faith. One of the guys said, "I wonder if Mary knows any witches," and the other guys replied, "She's a woman, isn't she? Of course she knows witches." So, you ladies out there, we all know witches. Diana was learning about her magic, and someone said, "Of course you can't perform spells, you must devise your own." And it's kind of like being a leader in something that's never happened before. Like, you're just trudging your own path. Like, you're hacking down the woods as you're walking through it to make a new trail. The goddess has given you her blessing to borrow the power you need. I don't know. I like that, but I also feel like we have the power inside of us, and it's not borrowed. It's just there for us to take. It's given freely. A weaver is able to stand at the crossroads with one foot planted on each path. She can occupy the place between where the powers are the greatest. The place between. I feel like I'm in the in-between right now. And Jill Gutierrez, I think that's how you say her last name, she just made a video the other day about not being more than you used to be, not being who you were before, but not quite being who you are going to be in the future. The place in between. And I really feel that right now. The goddess said, "You gave your life to me, Diana Bishop. It's now time to make use of it." And it was on a barren hilltop with the goddess there. If you want insight into that, go watch the Well-Traveled Woman's videos of my hypnosis. One of my favorite quotes out of it was, Diana would ask a question, and then, like, some magical answer would happen, and someone said, when Diana asks a question, the goddess answers it. But I also think we all have the answers. It's just coming from within. So she just gets a magical version of it. We can all get the answers, though. We just need to go within. So then the second book I read this month was The Book of Life by Deborah Harkness. Finished the third book in the trilogy. 5 stars. Incredible book. If you want a great winter read, fall, winter, I would definitely say, like, it's great in November because it's got some Halloween, but it's got some Christmas. So great November book. Really good Halloween book too. October-y November series. Fantastic books. Just like, I gave the first one 4.5 stars, but I think that's because I've read that all the way through before, and so it wasn't as, like, I was like, nothing was like, psh, oh, so cool, but it was still also a really fantastic read. So quotes out of that. What does she want you to do? Matthew asked. This was Diana was telling him about the goddess, And he goes, or Diana says, I don't know, but there's one thing I'm sure of. The goddess needs me alive to do it. Don't I feel that? Like, so many times I could have just died and instead I'm saved, and there's gotta be a reason. There was some in this book that were harder to capture in a single quote, and more of it was like the experience in the book itself that I absolutely loved. And Jack calling Diana mother, oh my god, tears just gone. I'm just bawling. The naming ceremony for the babies, oh my goodness, oh, it was just, I want to have one for myself. I need someone to name me. The goddess told Diana she would have to give something up to get the book she needed. When she asked what she gave up, she replied, fear, which is absolutely makes sense. Like, if you're giving your trust, then you have to give up your fear. Oh, I love this. I don't remember what part it was in the book, but someone said, you brought the magic back as foretold. Now I won't be the last of my kind, but the first. And then again with the fear theme, those who banish fear will experience forgiveness and understanding. I pretty much feel like that's what I've done over the last since 2019. So what are we at, 7 years? 7 years of just like releasing old fears and releasing old triggers, which were basically old fears, and now like allowing new light to come in, and like not being afraid of things that other people are afraid of is kind of interesting, but also like seeing my triggers as they happen, you know, like with the discipline, like seeing myself just get so amped up and worked up, like I'm like, man, wow, like why is that coming up so big? Like, why is that why does it bother me that other people think they're disciplined when they're just like repeating this word that they don't even fully understand what it means? Like, why does that bother me? Why should that bother me? So it's just something to like understanding the fear that is coming up with that will help me get forgiveness and more understanding, like more understanding of myself and more understanding of others, for sure. So I want to give you an update. I feel really kind of dumb because I didn't actually count the number of books I had on my physical TBR that I wrapped up at the beginning of this. And I wish I had counted them all and had a number of like, well, I had like 28 books or whatever. And I didn't do that. And so I do have an update though. I have 3 books that are left that are wrapped, and then 4 books that are left in the original, from the original TBR. So that means 1 book has a second book to it, which means 2 books are just singular books. And then I have purchased some books at like garage sales and thrift stores for like $1 or $2, and then I did allow myself to buy that 1 new book that I talked about, A Day of a Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. I am currently reading A Day of a Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon, so there's 1 book, and then I have 13 left in total, so you can minus 4 if you want from the original, if you care about that. So I have bought 9 books, 10 books, but 8 of those 13 books left total are in 1 series, the Mortal Engine series. I got that entire series for $2 at a garage sale. So even if I don't like that book, I'm like, it was $2. I'm happy to pass it along to someone else for $2. So in total, I have 13 left to read, and I'm currently reading one, so 14 for the rest of the year to finish. I can do that. I'm reading about 2 books a month right now. The like 800 pages are taking about 20 days, and the rest of the books are taking about 10 to 15. I will say I'm not reading every single day because I've just like, there's days where I don't want to read. I'm tired of reading. I'm sick of it. Honestly, I'm just bored. Here's where I'm at. How I'm really doing. I am bored. I'm bored with life. I'm bored out of my mind with my routine. I'm bored out of my mind stuck in this house and not being able to leave and go hiking or go swimming or go on a walk. Any of the things, I am bored. I need a change up. I need a plot twist. I need a new chapter. I need some excitement. I need the universe to come in with a tower moment and just say, boom, lightning struck and now things are changing. That's what I need. And I need it bad because I am bored. I am bored. So, hey, I didn't cry. I honestly thought for sure. I got tissue and everything because I thought for sure with the Shell Bizzle, you cannot do all the good the world needs, but you can do all the what is it? The world needs all the good you can do. I thought for sure I'd cry at that one because I've been crying at it all month, but look at me go. I'm a professional. Anyways, so that's where I'm at. That was my month. That's how I'm doing. That's how I'm feeling. That's where we're at. And now we're moving on. It is August 6th at today when I'm filming this. And so I'm happy I'm running again. And we'll be working on that over the month. But other than that, I'm ready for my tower moment. So I will leave this one here. I will see you in the next one. And remember, as always, to be kind to yourself.